welcome back to the Ground Cinnamon. So today what I want to show you is the absolute staple in a Goan household. I'm going to show you how to make a rama fried fish along with some sol curry with rice. Now what is sol curry? So sol curry is an infusion. It's an infusion of coconut milk with sola. So sola are these petals of the kokum fruit along with some chili and coriander. It's really easy to make. So I'm going to start off this video by making this infusion. So in about a couple of cups of hot water, boiling hot water. So what I'm taking here is about a cup and a half of boiling water. And into this, I'm going to add about 5 or 6 sola. And sola again are petals of the kokum fruit. Kokum fruit comes from the mangosteen family. It adds this lovely sourness that goes really well with the coconut milk that we're going to add in later. You also want to add some green chilies. Now, so the green chilies also infuse their flavor. You either want to poke them or you just want to break them into two. Along with this, you want to add some coriander, and the coriander you want to add this for some flavor. We're going to add more coriander later again. We also want to add some black peppercorns. So these are crushed black peppercorns, about 5 of them. I've crushed them. And you also want to add a very important ingredient, which is Asafoetida, some hing. This is about 1/4 of a teaspoon. You can alternate depending on how much you like hing, but remember, hing gets really overwhelming. So stick to about 1/4 of a teaspoon. You can go up to a half, but again, be careful. And we will season this, but later. We'll season it once we add the coconut milk. In the meantime, let's get on with our fish. So to make the fish, you want the fish, you want some rava, of course you want some seasoning, and you want the marinade. Now for the marinade is really easy. You can do a lot of marinades, different kinds of marinades. The most commonly used marinade is this one. So in a couple of tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, you want to add a little bit of turmeric, about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and a teaspoon to a couple of teaspoons of red chili powder. Now I'm using Kashmiri red chili powder because I don't like the heat too much, but you can add something else. You can make it hotter if you like. Along with that, you want to season this. You want to season it with some salt and some pepper. Give it a lovely mix. And you want to apply this on a fish. You can use any fish. You can use, this marinade can be used for prawns, mussels, fish, any. You can use any fish, but a good fish to start off is your Kingfish Darnes. They cook in the right time, they're easier to monitor, so start with the kingfish. You also want to season the kingfish itself very slightly with some salt, very slightly. Remember, the marinade has a sufficient amount of salt. We've added about a teaspoon. So once you add the salt, just rub with your hands. It's best to go in with your hands. Rub with the marinade. This is a super strong marinade. It's a super strong marinade, and it's not going to take more than 5 to 10 minutes. So give it 5 minutes, more than enough. In the meantime, we will work on our semolina, the rava. So you want some rava. This is X amount of rava. What I like is a slightly thicker rava. Don't keep it extremely fine. That doesn't give the texture that we're so used to. Along with that, you want a little bit of rice flour. Now this is what my mom does, adding a little bit of rice flour. What it does is it adds a lot more crunch than just rava. So what you want to do to this rava is you want to season it. You want to season it with some salt. Now regardless of how much salt is in the marinade, you want the outer coating to taste like something. So you want to go in with some salt and pepper. Mix it. Now this has stayed here for about 5 minutes. What you want to do is you want to get a pan ready, and you want the pan at a very low flame. Remember, this is a unique protein. You want to cook this at a very low flame. So you want to switch it on, keep it at a very low flame, and in the meantime, you want to dab both sides of this darn in the semolina. So give it a nice dab, and you want every inch of this fish to be covered with the semolina, and the marinade will do a good job. It's going to cover it properly. So you want to go in with some oil into this pan. Now this pan, you could use flavorless oil, you could use coconut oil. Coconut oil, very nice, very tasty. I'm gonna go with a neutral vegetable oil because that works pretty fine, but coconut oil, the best. So in goes, and you want this oil to come to a little bit of a temperature, little bit. You don't want to hear it sizzle when you place it. Just a little bit of, you want it warm at least. So once the oil has come to temperature, away from you, as usual, you want to place the fish away from you while pan frying, and you want to slowly keep it on, and you want to leave it on one side for at least 4 to 5 minutes till the other side turns nice and golden brown, till it becomes nice and crispy, and then you want to turn it over like so and repeat the same procedure. Though it's fish, it's going to take about 9 minutes. You know why? You're doing it at a very, very low temperature, as low as possible. You will be very careful. If not, what's going to happen? Semolina will burn. What happens is, if the oil is too hot, as soon as you place it on, the semolina, as soon as it touches the hot oil, it's going to start dancing. So first of all your semolina is going to get off the darn of fish, and it's also going to burn at the same time, and you're not going to have that lovely crust. So this fish is done. Look at it. It looks gorgeous on both sides. Now let's get back to the soul curry. And look at this. Look at the color of that infusion. You know, it's a deep pink purple color, just gorgeous. And this is purely the magic of the solar. Now, as you can see, I have filtered it out. Quite often you don't need to filter it out. What has also happened is it has completely cooled off. It's come to room temperature. Now into this, what you want to do is you want to add your coconut milk. So here I have 1 Tetra pack of coconut milk. So this is about 200 mils. You can add more, you can add less. It's completely up to you. How rich you want it, how sour you want it. You can take a call with how much coconut milk you want. Now, traditionally, you would grind your coconut, extract the milk. Don't bother. Use coconut milk. It's perfect. Store-bought coconut milk, it is so convenient. And into this, you also want to season it. You want to season it with salt. And the reason I didn't season it earlier is because I wanted the flavor of the coconut milk and the solar infusion to come together, and only then did I want to season it. So once you've seasoned it, it'll get this beautiful whitish, pinkish, purple color. It's very pretty. And you also want to garnish it. Don't forget to garnish it with some coriander. I know we've added coriander earlier, but I'm going to add some more now for the freshness. That was for flavor. This is for freshness. And I think we better get serving. Now you want to serve this with some white rice. Yes, some white rice, a little bit of soul curry. Now don't think the soul curry is just for the rice. You're going to drink it. Trust me, it's so tasty. You're just going to drink it. So white rice, soul curry, and raw fried fish. Now that is staple in a Goan household. Try this, really easy to make. Now all of this comes together in less than 15 minutes, given that you have some fish at home. Remember, you can go with this rava fried method with any fish. You can go with, a mackerel. It's going to take a little more time than your kingfish. You can do it with your ravis, which is your Indian salmon. That is also going to work really well. Try it with anything, but try it with the kingfish first because it's the easiest. It is not going to go dry. With the mackerel, you might tend to keep it for a longer period of time, and the inner flesh might become a little hard. So you want to avoid that until you get a hang of this method. It's no rocket science. It's really easy, and you guys are going to love this.